So today I'm going to be replacing the indicator stalk on this Toyota Aygo, same as like the Citroen C1 as well, and I think it's the Peugeot 107. They'll have the identical instrument cluster. If you recognise it, this will work for you. So first thing we need to do is remove the steering wheel, remove the cowling underneath here, and then there is a little clamp, and then we can just pull the thing off. So I'll show you the process now. So I forgot to mention that we also have to remove an airbag. So we want to remove the battery as well. Super imperative to do this. You want to get a zap now. Next, with the T30, you want to remove the little screw that's in here. And then you want to go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. Now with the screws undone, we can unplug these things. So this is the airbag here, which we need to unplug. We also need to undo that, which I believe is probably the horn. And then we have this nut here in the middle, which we will need to take off. And the steering wheels can be difficult to remove, but I don't think this one's going to fight us too much. Now before you remove the steering wheel, you need to remember where it goes. Most people I know mark it with a bit of Tipp-Ex or something. I just look at this little notch down here in line with that, and then it's in line with 90 miles an hour, or about 85. So when I put it back on, I'll just line it up with the speedo. Next, we want to remove this. Very nice. Pretty much everybody says that you should never try to remove this. You should wind the nut back on all that. Just put your knee against that side, pull on the other side, and there you go. It will come off, no problem, and you won't smack yourself in the face. Don't worry. One thing to note: make sure the clock spring, you put it back up when you're finished. It'll probably drop back down again because it'll move really easily, but don't keep winding it. So if it falls down in this direction, make sure you put it up in that direction. Well, a couple of turns might not matter, but just do your best to get it back in the exact position. Now we remove these little screwsies. It's raining like crazy again today. Got brake jobs after this, and ABS diagnosis. And I thought I was gonna stay dry today, but apparently not. Next thing, you just need to pull this down. I'm gonna use two hands so I don't accidentally break anything, but essentially there's a little, you see where the line where it joins, just separates there. Oh, don't be an idiot like me. I found it pretty quick, but there is a bonus screw just there on the underneath, so it goes up under there. Okay, now start unplugging things, starting with that one there. We'll also unplug this one here, and that one there. It's pretty easy, just push the tab, pull them out, and then that's the clock spring. You can leave the clock spring one, no need to unplug that, because the clock spring should come off. It's in these two little tabs there, so we'll pop this out, held in just here, we'll pop that out. I don't want to break anything, I'm going to use two hands. Now our new indicator stalk and assembly here does not come with this. Let's take this off while it's still connected to the car, because it will be easier rather than in your hand. And then the little clip that we need to undo is just there at the back. So I have to get some pliers down there, pull that together, and then pull it forward. Little pro tip: when yours comes, bend over the tab, and then when you slide it on, you can just flick the tab off with a screwdriver and it will lock into place. Otherwise you might have a little bit of a mission trying to put that back on. So there's a little locking pin here at the back that locks into there. Very, very simple. And then obviously the other side for the lights, not the lights, the windscreen wipers and stuff, just clicks in. Very simple. as you can see, we're lined up with our 85 miles an hour. Also, there is a faint mark there from where someone's disassembled this before. They marked it, and I'm also lined up there, so I'm happy the steering wheel is exactly where it was before I took it all apart. Now I just need to reassemble the airbags and everything, and then we'll cycle the ignition and make sure it works. Also, for something as important to the safety of the vehicle as a steering wheel, I just buy a new nut. This is the part number from main dealer. It's like, he actually just gave this to me for free, probably just because I'm in the trade, but it might cost you £2 or £3, just buy it. You don't want the steering wheel to come up in your hand. That would make for a very bad day. You can see it's got this special thread locking awesomeness on the inside of it. There we go, now that everything's reassembled, we will go and reconnect the battery, and then we will test our indicators. And you have indicators. Okay, then start it, make sure the airbag light goes out, which it has, make sure it still works, which it do, make sure the other side still works, which it do. Sorted!